So these aren't your typical shoplifters, are they?
No, this is not petty shoplifting. This is organized retail crime.
Retail giants like Home Depot are fed up with the shoplifting spree sweeping the nation. They're fighting back as never before. Home Depot's Christina Cornell gave me an exclusive look at the company's latest crime-fighting technology. So what's to stop me from taking this cart, loading it up, and running out the door with it?
And Lisa, that's a common tactic that we see that a lot of thieves use, but what we're really excited about is we're rolling out technology that if you were to try and roll this out of the store, the wheels on this cart would lock.
The wheels on the cart will lock?
Yes, we know that this is probably going to catch a lot of bad guys.
Expensive items are getting locked, and there are more surveillance cameras in the aisles. Smile, you're being recorded. And if a shoplifter runs out with a stolen power tool, good luck.
In a lot of our stores we're piloting right now some state-of-the-art technology that uses Bluetooth so that if you don't pay for this, if you don't scan it and go through the register, it won't even turn on.
You're kidding me.
We want people to know that the value in this is in its ability to work. And if it's not even going to work, it's not worth stealing.
It's just a heavy box. So thieves, beware. Big box stores like Home Depot are saying enough is enough.
Home Depot, the retail giant that conquered the pandemic. But behind the record profits and soaring stock prices, a costly and growing problem is now biting into their bottom line. It's not just inflation, like people think. It's organized crime at this point. And let's look at the numbers. From 2021 to 2023, the home improvement frenzy was at an absolute gold rush for Home Depot. Consumers staying home drove revenue sky high, pushing net income profits to a peak of over $17 billion, and making the stock a Wall Street darling, hitting an all-time high of above $420 a share. Naturally, that success extended to the top floor, with CEO total compensation soaring over $15 million, as paychecks are directly linked to these record-breaking financial targets. But man, I'm sorry to tell you, the boom is over. In the last 2 fiscal years, two powerful forces have created a serious squeeze on Home Depot's finances. First, the macroeconomic headwind, higher interest rates cooled the housing market down. People aren't buying houses like they did or have money to improve their houses, so not going to Home Depot, slowing down sales growth. And then second, which is probably the worst, is the operational drag. Company leadership has repeatedly cited heightened shrink, or in layman's term, people just stealing. Massive company leadership has repeated this over and over again. Losses from organized professional theft is the key factor in cutting into their gross margins. This double challenge has been costly. Despite seeing high overall revenue, the pressure from slowing growth and soaring theft expenses caused net income to decline for 2 consecutive years. This is more than just a bad quarter. It's a fundamental shift. People just don't have the money to buy new things for the house, and they just get robbed. So the challenge now for the CEO is simple. Can they effectively fight the organized crime wave before it completely erases the massive profit gains of the last 5 years? We've been making a lot of money over the last 5 years, but over the last 2, people just been stealing at an alarming rate.
In Queens, the takedown of a multi-million-dollar operation that sold stolen Home Depot products. 13 people charged by the district attorney are accused of stealing more than $2.2 million worth of merchandise from 128 stores in 9 states. They allegedly stashed those stolen goods in Queens and the Bronx and resold them for a profit. Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore with more on this sophisticated operation.
Authorities say this thief is swiping goods from a Brooklyn Home Depot shelf and concealing it in a garbage bin. Then an apparent partner wheels the stolen items right out of the store. It's part of a multi-million-dollar Queens-based criminal operation the governor and local leaders announced today they crushed.
Crew was amazingly coordinated, disciplined, meticulous, and dedicated.
Third been charged in a 780-count indictment for stealing and fencing more than $2 million worth of goods from Home Depots in New York and 8 other states. Suspects face grand larceny, conspiracy, and criminal possession of stolen property charges. Police seizing these tools, building supplies, and home goods, just a fraction of what authorities say was stolen within 13 months.
Stolen products were sold in Queens, the Bronx, and Brooklyn to fences at 50 to 70% of the retail value.
This Home Depot in Flushing was among those targeted.
I worked in retail my whole life, really. I was a grocer, and I was always told that we weren't allowed to engage with people stealing. Just observe and report, more or less. I mean, we didn't have any power to do anything. You know, just try to be a presence. Walk around people we think are stealing or have stolen in the past, and then just be there, talk to them, ask them questions like, yo, is there anything I can help you with? Or, yo, man, do you need whatever condiment for whatever they're stealing in there, so that you know that they have it. Like, they're stealing steak. Would you like, hey, do you need A1 steak sauce to go with that steak you got, man? Oh, no, it's cool. Okay, well, let us know if you need anything, type of, like, observe and just be a presence. Most of us don't even think about stealing at all when we go up in places, but the ones that do, they just run in, fill up their car hella quick, and just dip out. Like, they don't care who sees them do what they're doing. They only gonna be there for a few seconds and then they dip out. Like, I've seen it firsthand all the time, and there's nothing we can do. And it's not just random people now. It's now organized at this point.
They say the theft crew would meet in East Elmhurst to prepare for the day's hits.
According to the indictment, Armando Diaz would decide on which items to be stolen by the Home Depots by checking their in-store inventory online, sometimes doing the same Home Depot 4 times in one day.
Real organized rings of people stealing just massive amounts of stuff. I mean, people are talking to each other while they're stealing, like Bluetooth, like on their, like in their ears, so that they know to tell them what to steal.
Stayed connected on active conference calls while they were in their heist.
Authorities, sometimes a member of the crew, as seen here, would provide a distraction so the thieves could leave the store undetected. The governor says this takedown is thanks in part to stronger larceny laws that allowed investigators to combine incidents, turning cases from misdemeanors to felonies.
Since we changed the laws and put money behind this effort, retail theft crimes are down 14% in the city and across the state of New York.
11 of the suspects faced a judge yesterday.
The message today is organized retail crime will not go unanswered in this borough.
Police are still searching for one of the 13 defendants. If convicted, members of the alleged theft crew face up to 25 years in prison.
They check the store app now. Like, you know, Home Depot got an app, and so they just check the app, see what's in stock, and then they know what to steal. They already know how much it is, and if they go get when they go into the store, they know the store layout. They go in, just load up, leave. Sometimes people don't even notice that they do it before they leave, and we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars.
The massive bust of what they call an organized retail theft operation that allegedly stole staggering amounts of merchandise from Home Depot.
Basically been able to pull off, has been alleged, over 600 different thefts from 71 Home Depots.
Seriously, how does one stay in business? I mean, I've seen reports of millions of dollars just stolen by just one group of people.
14 people, some allegedly captured in this surveillance video. 6 months, they've taken more than $10 million worth of goods. They say they seized some of that stolen property pictured here. Expensive electrical components like breakers, dimmers, and outlets. Say this man is the ringleader, David All, who ran a wholesale business in Los Angeles.
And people are doing this all over the country, from LA all the way to New York. massive people are just doing this.
Thieves, known as boosters, would steal merchandise from the Home Depot's stores, sometimes hitting every Home Depot in Ventura County in a single day. He would then sell those stolen items at a reduced price to contractors and other electrical businesses.
More, and then some of these stores were hit up to 4 times a day in one day. These people came back over and over and over again. I guess when you only get probation, you don't learn.
Last week near Philadelphia that they claim also targeted Home Depot. Prosecutors say 3 suspects stole more than $50,000 worth of products from stores in multiple counties.
It's a home that cops say was jammed with more than $1 million in shoplifted power tools. And this video shows a line of cops emptying out a storage unit filled with goods they say were stolen from Home Depot.
Ring targeting 200 Home Depot stores in 11 counties in the Bay Area and beyond.
Into the Home Depot store, steal things, and just walk out. It's like soon they will be walking into prison. $1,000 worth of tools that they stole between January and April alone of this year, some of which they hit over and over again. Just to give you an example, one Emeryville store was hit more than 24 times. District Attorney Jeff Rosen told us that the biggest offender was already on probation for stealing from Home Depot stores when his probation officer called to check in, and that person said, nope, I can't make it.
This guy was supposed to be in court for a Home Depot theft that he got caught with earlier. Yes, he skipped his Home Depot court case to steal again from Home Depot. I can't make this up, man.
On that day, at that time, he was at Home Depots in Napa and Sonoma County stealing from them. If that screams prison. Probation hasn't worked. You're not taking any of this seriously. We need to protect the public, and you need to go to prison.
Who is among the first to be prosecuted under new state laws that allow prosecutors to add up all of those thefts like these to get greater penalties and to seek for greater penalties for selling those stolen goods as well.
So yes, prison time is warranted for this stuff. Otherwise, they just get out and then they do it again. And numerous examples of this. I'm not the biggest fan of mass prison incarceration, but some people deserve to be in that cage. You just can't be stealing from people and think you won't face real life consequences. I mean, now they just take their stuff to the pawn shop and they just get little whatever money, 30% of what it's worth. Like they sell the stuff for, if it's $100, they just get like $30 for it. They just take it to the pawn shop like this one. And it's kind of like their own ATM machine.
Today, of a pawn shop manager arrested in connection with a series of thefts at several Home Depot stores in the Houston area.
Home Depot, then go to the pawn shop, give them that stuff. I mean, in the pawn shop, they don't even ask. Look, this stuff is new in box by the same people. How do they not know that what they're doing is stealing it?
Tells me that they found more than $30,000 worth of those tools from Home Depot stores across Houston here at this pawn shop.
When they see the profit margin that they can get, man, and you steal something, it's all profit. $30 for a $100 thing is still $30 profit to you at the end of the day. And the pawn shop people know this, so they buy it. They know that it's stolen. They're taking the chance, but now, I mean, they're getting busted. They should be in as much trouble as the people stealing, because without them, their job would be a lot harder. I know this.
The fact that they were in their original boxes, he says that is what tipped them off, that they needed to dig deeper into this case.
In cuffs, the manager of Cash America Pawn Store didn't have much to say to our cameras.
Involving that's it. I'm just the manager.
They make it so much easier that they can just go find a shady pawn shop dealer and take the stuff. And I would imagine if the pawn shop was a little more intelligent about what they were doing, they wouldn't get caught. But they get comfortable, they just start selling, making the profit. They see the money, and money will make you do things that you probably told yourself you would never do. But when you start seeing all this money that you could be making and you're struggling, in this financial times. Like, people are willing to do things they normally wouldn't.
Investigators say the expensive items in their original boxes inside of this store told them plenty. Did collusion.
We started asking some questions of the pawn shop manager because it just seemed too awkward that you'd bring all this brand new equipment to a pawn shop to pawn and not have some suspicions go off in your head. Generators, I believe pressure washers, leaf blowers, hand tools, saws. It was $37,000 worth of goods.
25 people have resorted to probably things they shouldn't have because, man, they got kids to feed too. And, man, profit's profit, but, man, you're taking a risk and you get caught, man. You should get in almost as much trouble as the other person because you're almost giving them the green light to steal it and bring it back because you're giving them financial gain by this, like financial motive, because you're the one paying the money out to these people. So I don't feel sorry for these pawn shops that are getting caught.
Jose Hernandez was arrested and charged with organized criminal activity. Last week, Channel 2 reported on the arrest of Juan Carlos Lopez. He's accused of swapping the price tags at area Home Depot stores and getting items for a fraction of the cost. Constable says that the manager admitted his involvement, and all of the items except 2 leaf blowers have been returned to Home Depot. But he says more arrests could be coming.
From there and take it to a pawn shop, get their money back, and then obviously more.
To be done, because I know that there's just hundreds of places like this around the country that do this, that aren't getting caught, and these people, this is millions of dollars, man. You can't just have this stuff laying around. I mean, granted, they have lots of stuff laying around, but it's because they just steal shit at an alarming rate. Of course they're gonna have stuff, but they fence it and they get it off really quick to places like this, because then unsuspecting people come into the store, they see a brand new Nokia drill that's, $500 retail that the pawn shop paid maybe $50, $100 maybe, I don't know, and the pawn shop will sell it for $300, a brand new that was $5. Customer gets it for $3. If they haggle, maybe $250, but they still made $150, $200 profit off that drill. So they don't care. They'll mark it down. They'll haggle with people. Like, that's why pawn shops are like that. But like, the consumer thinks they got a great deal, which they did, and they think, oh wow, like how could they do this? Because it's stolen. Right? And just it comes in a nice fancy brand new box. You would think nothing of this product being stolen, because you may think that the pawn shop person you're dealing with is a up and reputable member of the community. Meanwhile, they're the reason why the Home Depot prices are so massively high for the regular consumer, because they're the ones paying the thieves for their work.
Thieves have set fires inside of at least 3 big box retail stores in Atlanta. The chaos used as a distraction so the shoplifters can make their escape.
Searching for 4 shoplifting suspects who injured a Home Depot employee. It's just the latest in an alarming trend of retail thefts nationwide.
Over the country, thieves have become more brazen. The Retail Industry Leaders Association provided these videos of shoplifters shoving, slamming, striking, then running with their stolen goods.
And what are people to do to stop these people? Because minimum wage employees, they are the ones who suffer. They're not going to get beat up for trying to stop them or even get fired.
At County, police are looking for these 4, suspected of stealing hundreds of dollars worth of power tools from a Norcross Home Depot. 6-year-old employee tried to stop them.
One of the 4 individuals shoved the employee or pushed the employee, and that employee fell back, hitting something, which caused him to be transported to the hospital.
Retail Federation says shoplifters cost stores nationwide over $112 billion last year. Are the acts of violence. 67% of the retailers responding to a survey say they're seeing higher levels of aggression. 45% say they've reduced store hours. 28% say they've been forced to close in certain locations.
3 armed robbery suspects who used bear spray to get away. Police say the men stole about $1,800 worth of merchandise from the Home Depot on Sunday. As they were walking out, the female suspect sprayed bear spray at an employee.
This evening, after they allegedly stole more than $100,000 from Home Depot stores across South and Central Florida, reportedly worked together to switch barcodes on expensive roof sealers for less expensive items.
Well, I see why people just let them walk out. Like, I ain't getting pepper sprayed by some junkie for a job that don't really care about me. I mean, this dude got fired, like, for what?
Employee suddenly losing his job, but it was for helping police officers catch a shoplifter.
That now former Home Depot employee says he simply reacted and given the opportunity would redo it all over again.
There's a few things here.
Joe Pomilio was in law enforcement for more than 2 decades.
This is my career at Rocky Flats as a security police officer.
Sheriff deputy, security police force. Just about as long working for Home Depot Bear Valley, first in security, then sales. He's never lost his desire, though, to serve and protect.
Worked for the company for 20 years. He was former law enforcement. He saw some cops getting into it with some people stealing. He went and helped the cops.
They say they intercepted a man wanted on drug charges. Initially, according to Pomilio, 2 officers were involved.
A fight broke out. All 3 persons, to 2 police officers, and the suspect fell to the ground in a pretty violent confrontation.
Pomilio never hesitates and steps in to help.
I said, Kevin, it's Joe. I'm going to help you hold him down while you can get your handcuffs.
Denver police confirming its response to the location on that date. On Monday, Pomilio is called in and handed, he says, a termination letter.
That no matter what, that they had a no tolerance policy, that if you did anything, you got fired. Like, he just helped the police when he was once a cop himself. He says he stands on business, he'd do it again, but that's just wrong, man.
That Joseph Pomilio assisted Denver police officers in apprehending a suspect in the parking lot. This is a violation of company policy. Thereby, he's terminated. I think the company policy says that I can't touch or fight with any customer.
Pomilio is checking to see if legal action is a possibility, but would not change anything about his career in law enforcement, 1 year for Home Depot, or his actions on September 11th.
Corporate kind of has a policy, and they say that there's no exceptions, but I think that this in life there are exceptions, and we deal in life, we don't deal in corporate policy.
What do they do? How do they stop this?
It may only seem like the theft of goods, but business owners big and small say everyone feels the impacts.
This isn't about just business losses. It's about protecting people who shop, work, and live in our community.
Shoplifters. This is a determined, destructive, and dangerous thieving crew of individuals. They struck nearly 200 times in a 4-month period.
This is why stores lock up everything. I mean, pretty soon, we'll have to shop by appointment, or something like that. If people just fill up their carts and walk out, employees can't do anything. What is the answer? The end result will just hurt the honest customer, because they'll just mark up the prices. They'll lock up everything, so it's just more of an inconvenience to get the stuff.
And said the Richmond resident even skipped a probation appointment for another shoplifting case, claiming he was sick, only to commit another theft.
Rosen says anything short of prison is an injustice.
These individuals is prison.
Thieves, they'll just go to another store. What do you think? Like, what should Home Depot do to stop people from robbing them blind? Like, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We really appreciate it. Please think about subscribing to the channel. We are just a newsroom full of characters giving you our opinion on politics, entertainment, sports. We appreciate you watching. If you want, just please think about liking, pushing this content out so it gets to other people, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.